Welcome to ZKast, everyone. I'm ZS Caravallo from ZK Research, and I'm here at the NRF 2025 show in New York. I'm at the Javits Center. Obviously, I'm at the Palo Alto Networks stand, and I'm here with Kalyan Siddam, your product marketing for Palo. Can you talk a little bit of what you do?
Yeah, I am Director of Product Management for our IoT OT security solutions. I joined Palo Alto about 5 years back now through Zingbox acquisition. We have come a long way to take our IoT OT security solution and fully integrate into the Palo Alto Networks security stack.
Yeah, so we're going to talk IoT. Now, what's interesting about IoT is we're at a retail show, right?
Yeah.
Now, when most people think of IoT, they tend to think of warehousing, manufacturing, things like that, those very traditional IoT-driven industries. But there has been a rise of IoT in retail. And so can you talk about the intersection of IoT and retail?
Yeah, IoT is actually in all parts of retail. You enter a typical store, you see cameras in the parking lots. There are sensors along the way as you enter the stores and stuff. And that is the existing posture in terms of retail as a front end, right? Point of sale systems and inventory tracking and robots that may be sometimes scanning the aisles and checking if there is any inventory that need to be fulfilled or brought back into the shelf and stuff. But then the number of and types of IoT devices and OT devices in retail in general are growing at a tremendous clip in terms of, let's just say, a distribution center. The way the packages are being handled, all that is IoT OT devices. From Palo Alto definition point of view, we look at any unmanaged devices, any purpose-built devices are IoT OT devices, and that's just going on in terms of number of devices increasing. And even at the store show today, walking in, the applications that are coming out of from IoT, there is a huge aspect of AI that's going to be leveraged to basically see where else that could go from an IoT OT point of view.
Yeah, and I think the other interesting trend too, and you can talk about this, is when I think of Palo Alto Networks, you secure the infrastructure, the IT infrastructure, but OT and IoT has always been historically has been the separate group, but it seems there's a lot more coming together of IT OT. Would you agree with that?
Agreed, completely. There is a huge change in the mindsets of customers as well in terms of, hey, the IT and OT generally traditionally used to be separate organizations. They were not necessarily collaborating well. They're even reporting to different teams inside of an organization. That is increasingly changing. They are now part of CISO. They're looking at it holistically and seeing how they would be able to secure it. From a threat actor's point of view, they don't care about if it's an IoT device, OT device, IT device.
No.
They are going after your crown jewels, how they can disrupt your operations and either ask for ransomware or steal the information that they're going after, right? In terms of end customer data or your business data, proprietary data.
Yeah, and I know historically IoT devices have been hard to secure, right? There was no inherent software stack on it to load an agent, things like that. So talk about some of the challenges and I do think IoT devices present a very good attack vector
Exactly.
for that. So talk about the challenges of securing IoT devices, especially in an environment where it has come together with the IT environment.
Yeah, so that's one thing I think in traditionally IT devices and IoT devices used to be segmented separately, but no longer that is being the case, right? Increasingly customer networks are flat. They are having IoT and IT devices in the same networks and subnets. That's why it's increasing the attack vector for customers. What we are doing from a Palo Alto point of view is helping customers to identify these kind of devices on the network that do not have agents or ability to install an agent. If you think about a point of sale system, cameras or presence sensing devices, or a refrigerators and whatever, right? Like there are many kinds of devices that are out there. We are basically allowing customers to discover these devices on their network, providing a way to assess their risk in terms of vulnerabilities, how they are exposed on the internet or on the local network, and help them prioritize the risk with respect to business so that they can go after and then secure these devices from a network and infrastructure point of view.
Okay, and since you brought up network, I think Palo does network security better than anybody, maybe, right?
Absolutely.
But you have moved more to this platform strategy.
That's
and
right.
So how does IoT security fit in the platformization strategy that Palo's had?
So if you think about Palo Alto platformization, right? Why we are doing that? Customers are increasingly looking for a ubiquitous way of having security for their network. Doesn't matter where and how these devices are connected, whether it is end users, whether it is IT devices, IoT devices, whether it is in the headquarters, branch offices, and fulfillment centers. We at Palo Alto have embraced a philosophy that security cannot be an afterthought. It needs to be coming into the play right from the design point of view, and as well as the product development, deployment of it, and as well as aspects of it. So if you look at any of our platform solutions that we have, customers can start to think about securing these devices or their networks using firewalls in their headquarters or branch offices, and as well as SASE or remote networks, right, when they are with the branch offices. And the platform allows customers to get that unified security across all their network. Doesn't matter where they are and how the devices are being connected. That's, I think, is a huge aspect of it. From a point solutions that we offer in terms of different security services on the platform, the deployment of it, the management of it from a cloud management point of view, we have a Strata Cloud Manager, we have IoT security on the firewall, SASE, containers, and everything in between, right? And it, I think, makes it not just a talk, just for the sake of platformization, in order to actually truly deliver on that promise of being able to have a once unified solution that can secure that.
Okay, and so other than platform, Kalyan, when I think of IoT security, there's a lot of point product vendors out there.
Yeah.
What are the things that you think really differentiate Palo Alto and IoT security?
That's a great point, Zeus. One thing I want to call out, there are many aspects that we differentiate in terms of what we offer for our customers, right? I talked about how security cannot be an afterthought. We start off with simple customers, where customers have their networks and their employees and stores present. We have developed our solutions to fit their needs and then address their security challenges in those aspects, right? You do not, when you think about network security, point vendors require you to deploy yet another solution, yet another sensor, yet another stack, yet another agent on their devices or networks and so on, endpoints. That is really not scalable. That's not what we are going after.
That's why it's so hard.
Exactly, yeah. And the challenge with those point solution is that not only you have to deploy these individual stacks at in different multiple points, right? Think about headquarters, data centers, endpoints, and branch offices, and different types of devices and users, remote users versus on-prem user, contractor versus employee. It becomes super hard from a network security administrator point of view, CISO point of view, to truly get a posture of what they are dealing with, whether it is, hey, I have it all checked, are there any gaps? You end up having to deal with multiple stack points, multiple dashboards, and so on. We are basically eliminating all that. We offer a unified visibility of all connected devices, IoT, IT devices, provide them a prioritization, risk assessment in terms of which of these devices are vulnerable and how these vulnerable devices could be exploited from a threat actor point of view, so that they can prioritize it, and then as well as think about from a network security point of view. We talked about endpoint, and many of these IoT devices, you cannot install an agent on them to be able to secure them. We offer a native zero trust security policies on our platform, so you can only permit the trusted behaviors to begin with. And on top of it, if you have hundreds and thousands of devices across your deployment, and some of these devices end up being end of life, having these devices secure in terms of patching them or anything like that becomes super untenable in terms of cannot scale to deploy it, or time it takes or effort it takes to secure these devices is tremendous, right? So we offer native zero trust policies and as well as threat prevention, in the sense of you don't need to necessarily rush to patch these devices. You can apply the virtual patching on the network, so that any exploits coming at these devices or endpoints and users can be blocked before they enter your network or to the devices, right?
Okay, that's something. So when you think of the broad, landscape of IoT security, are there a few use cases that you focus on more than others?
Yes, of course. We look at security as a journey, right? You think about visibility. Everything starts with the visibility. Customers want to know what all the different types of devices that they have, how they are connected to the network, what kind of software stacks are running, what kind of risk they exist. It could be that there are inherent vulnerabilities on these devices, or it could be that the device has been not configured properly. So we help customers identify and provide that holistic visibility and risk assessment of all connected devices, managed and unmanaged devices, so that they can start to get an assessment of their risk. And we then provide a recommendations in terms of what customers could do in terms of reducing their attack surface and putting the least privilege access policies. Unlike other solutions out there, Palo Alto's approach essentially follows these devices wherever they are on the network. In the sense, like if traditionally the approach for network security is segmentation and such, or micro-segmentation, where you put in similar type of devices into a segment and then secure it that way. Our approach for cybersecurity, we can obviously continue to support those type of micro-segmentation using other vendor solution, but Palo Alto Network Stack provides a way to follow the devices and only allow the trusted behaviors or least privilege policies wherever these devices show up. And that's, I think, is a natural journey in terms of starting with the visibility, understanding the risk, implement zero trust policies, implementing virtual patching on these devices, especially when they are not able to be patched and such. And then you can also obviously help get any anomalous behavior identified, whether it is in the back office or in the fulfillment centers. If the device is behaving unexpectedly, we can identify those device behavior changes and then notify the user from a network security point of view, and as well as with our Cortex XIM, the SOC analyst as well, so they can actually...
Okay, Kalyan, now, I have to ask you this question because everybody talks about AI today. So,
especially in retail, it's a big trend I saw.
Yeah, and so we haven't mentioned AI. In fact, I don't know how long we've gone, but this might be a record right, for not talking about it. But how does AI fit into the Palo Alto Networks IoT security solutions?
That's a great question. I purposefully wanted to avoid that mentioning of AI. I think customers and end users have kind of gotten an overwhelming AI everywhere.
So, and it is everywhere, though.
It is everywhere.
When you look at every booth here, they got AI in it.
There is an element of AI being mentioned, right?
Yeah.
So the reason being that we, from Palo Alto Networks, are focusing on the secure outcomes, right? And we have, in fact, been using AI and ML technologies far before the market has caught on to it. It's a new buzzword. People are expecting to hear it. But again, the fact is, we've been using AI technologies in Palo Alto Network Security Stack for many, many years right now, more than almost a decade now. And even within the IoT OT security, the fundamental core algorithms that are built on our AI technology that are basically using patented machine learning algorithms that help us identify the devices, understand their baseline, and identify anomalies, and not only provide the discovery of the devices, right? That's something that, again, the going in is that, AI is an enabler. We want to obviously use the technologies and secure the customers by providing best secured outcomes. At the same time, we are also using AI to fight the AI-initiated threats as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for that. That was good. Last question. For security pros out there, or maybe IoT professionals that are struggling in the retail environment with securing IoT, what are a couple of pieces of advice you can give them to help them get going?
Yeah, I think there is certainly a lot of hype about AI right now. You sitting at the security desk or a security analyst, you're a network security analyst, you want to look at obviously the outcomes that you care about. You look for solutions that are able to deliver it in a most easiest, efficient manner. Look for platform solutions which lets you not having to chase multiple dashboards. You're looking at one single dashboard. With Palo Alto Network Security, for example, we're able to give you that outcomes that you care about and use AI to simplify your workflows, simplify and help prioritize your threats that are coming at you, and as well as obviously use AI itself as a way to kind of drive better security outcomes. I think that's probably what I would say.
All right.
AI is here to stay, and I think it's only going to help and augment our workflows and life. Yeah. So I think I'm pretty excited about what Palo Alto is doing with our precision AI-enabled solutions, and IoT OT security solution is
so IoT is here to stay, AI is here to stay.
Yeah,
use them together.
Of course, yeah.
So anything else you want to add?
Yeah, thank you. That's I think is. Great talking to you. I think NRF is showcasing, the opportunities ahead of us, and as well as the challenges, and some of the technologies that we are very excited to kind of talk about. And check us out on Palo Alto website. Look us up, Palo Alto IoT OT security solution. If you would like to try this out on your network, feel free to sign up for a trial. We are more than happy to kind of show customers we are not just speaking, we are able to actually deliver the value that we are talking about.
All right. Well, it's been a busy half day
Of course.
at
Yeah.
NRF 2025. So have a great rest of the show.
Of course. Yeah. Thank
Certainly
you.
appreciate having you on. So on behalf of Kalyan Siddam, I'm Zias Karaval from ZK Research, and thanks for watching. Give us a like and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time and the next episode of ZKast. Thanks.
Yeah.